Zlo is actually saying sorry for the delay, as we're actually gonna go and get into the first game of the winner's bracket today, of the day 2 of Rainbow Cup 7. The map is gonna be Adaptive Adrastea. We're gonna have 4 human players per team, and obviously we're gonna get a bunch of AI, which is hopefully gonna spawn. Okay, the AIs are spawning in, and as such, the same can be said about the players, as all of the teams are setting out to build their first land factory. The AI are gonna do obviously the same. And as such, let's see if anything funny gonna happen. So far it seems like everyone, the air players included, are gonna go and start out by making a land factory, so nothing really, well, out of the order is gonna happen so far.
You're in my way.
But I have to go and point out that there is a lot of reclaim here in the middle. Like nearly 3000, so hopefully we will go and see the middle players, that is the Blinchik, and on the other side, Zlo. Go to the middle to go and duke it out in hand-to-hand combat. But then, what are the AIs gonna do? The AIs are going for the normal mexes into Hydra build order, so it's really nice to go and see them actually using the proper builds. And oh my, the AI have a really juicy cruiser wreck in here, which is really gonna accelerate their early game performance. And the same can be said on the other side. Yep, exactly. Both Foba and the Anya will get their early boost with the cruiser wreck. We can see that Blinchik is gonna play a slightly more aggressive on the right side team, as the this is the Free Musketeers, and Cement is gonna go for a slightly more aggressive gameplay. We can see the Engineers going to reclaim the middle mass with the really nice attack move order coming from the factory. Then we can also see a tank and a bunch of scouts here, so yes, Blinching really making sure that he can go and take control over the middle. Then we can see that Unknown, also known as Clown number 1, sorry, that is actually Cement, who is known as Clown number 1, is gonna go for an early naval factory, with which he will use to actually go and make sure that not only the AI here cannot go and get into the naval game, but also he might use the navy, park 1 or 2 here, to basically make sure that this position, none of the land units will be able to cross it. So yeah, we can see that the right side team is a very aggressive one, and the AIs, they are spreading really fast, like a locust. Just look at all of this. Engineers trying to go and grab as much mass as they can, grabbing the mechs and everything, and also it seems like we will have the first victims of the AI, as the flare from the FAF is gonna go and kill the expanding engineers for the wreck. The first one is gonna go down, and it seems like it might actually go and find another one. Let's see if the Mantis is gonna find it or not. The first attack being fired, we'll hear some slight micro happening, but it seems like the Mantis from Vrek is just enough to go and stop the raids happen from the AI. Although the damage have already been done, and with second flare actually managing to sneak past, it seems like this little engineer might also go and die. No, it seems like the wreck actually managed to go and see it on the radar of the T1 scout. So really nice job to actually involve a scout with his tank. But on the other hand, it seems like Mr. Parallel is not gonna let the AI deal any lasting damage. Yes, unlike the wreck, he is gonna go and push straight in with the ACU to secure the expansion slots. So yes, he's playing a slight bit slower, but way better. On the middle, it seems like Blinchik is actually gonna go and leave the middle reclaim to Zlo, after basically stealing all of it with a few engineers on the attack move order, which was really nice to see. But when it comes to the AI, it seems like the bottom war is not gonna involve itself with the Navy at all. Especially as we can see that Mr. Cement, also known as Clown number 1, is gonna go and use the frigate to basically kill the engineers. While on the other side, the AI is gonna be actually stopped from enjoying the naval yard, as Mr. Who is it? Not Blinching but Unknown, is gonna go an early push with the Trident frigate to go and make sure that the AI cannot join the naval fight. Which honestly is a very nice move. On the middle, it seems like Blinching might be actually in quite a troublesome position, as not only Zlo ACU is here, but we also have a support of a rather numerous army for this time of the game. As Blinching is gonna take a lot of damage, we can see him trying to go and stop Zlo's ACU from moving in, but making a small factory blueprints. But Zlo is unfortunately not gonna fall back. And as such, Blinching has been forced to go and waste up 250 mass to make the single T1 PD to go and stop the enemy from actually advancing. So with Zlo actually having a few of our T1 artilleries, a few Zuis, this PD is unfortunately not gonna stay alive for a long time. And Liam, to answer your question, it's because the rest of the casters are actually playing in the game. Varmslety is playing in the losers bracket, and the same can be said about No One Cares. So yes, the other people are actually enjoying the game. Let's see how is the bottom pond looking. Well, it's looking quite decent, as it seems like Cement together with Paran are doing quite a good job at containing the enemy AI, which have been forced back basically to its core base, where it's trying to go and set up some kind of defense. But on the other side, it seems like it's exactly the same thing, as the ACU from both the Vrek and Unknown are well pushing in quite deep, and Emily together with Phoebia are not gonna go and risk losing their units for now, as they're aware of just how powerful the T1 ACUs are on the early stage. And yes, they are still trying to get back into the game for the Navy, but Unknown is really doing a good job to go and prevent that from happening. And you know what? I was saying that Zlo is not gonna fall back, but it seems like with Clown number 1 joining his hands with the pancake, Zlo is gonna be forced to go and start running away, as 2 ACUs at this stage of the game are gonna be way too much to go and actually stop this push. Okay, Zlo, come on, you are dropping lower and lower, on 2500 HP on your ACU, so please run away. It doesn't seem like you have enough units coming in to support you. And as such, please run for the water, or else your ACU might explode in a fiery nuclear explosion. And that's not something we wanna go and see happen. Overcharge being fired, at least you're up into 700 HP, as it seems like Blinching is gonna be just enough to secure the hit. Another overcharge, 100 HP, 100 HP, and kaboom, baby, we have the first victim of the game, as Zlo's ACU is gonna explode. And Blinching, like the cool pancake he is just gonna walk it past and not even look back. After all, cool men don't look at the explosions. AI shit-talking the enemy team, as it seems like Unknown is actually taking quite a lot of damage from the Emily and from the forces belonging to FOB, which might be pretty hard. And also we can see that Tryth is reclaiming units belonging to Anya, which is not good. That's not fun. Tryth, I'm gonna report you. But let's go and see what else is happening here. It seems like the middle is actually now gonna all belong to Mr. Unknown, who will have to somehow deal with the blazes push coming in through the middle, as Blinching, or rather Parallon, instead of focusing on the enemy AI, he will opt in for the T2 HQ upgrade and gonna spam as many blazes as he can. You can just see them moving in closer and closer, just slowly floating through the middle. But it seems like the single T2 Salem destroyer is gonna be just enough to prevent any kind of incursion happening from the bottom side. As such, it seems like the Blazes are gonna be used to go and establish even more domination over the AI in the bottom corner. But oh my, Unknown, you are playing with fire. Here your ACU dropping down lower and lower, only 3000 HP left on it. And obviously, the Wreck will also have to go and start dodging, as we can see a bunch of fervors trying to go and hit him up. And oh boy, it seems like the bottom team is cooking. Team Clown Crushers is, well, cooking some stuff. As we can see, Bully, instead of going for a T3 air, he's gonna enjoy a T2 air snipe going up versus Wreck. Wreck and the Unknown. We will see. Is it gonna go and pay off or not? Unknown gonna go and into some napalm to the face. As we can see, his AC dropping down lower and lower. We have a few interceptors coming up from Mr. Tryth, as he's gonna go and try to shut down the Januses belonging to him. We also have a few Swiftwinds joining us from the AI forces, meaning that this might be actually quite hard. The T2 RHQ for Tryth is in a rather precarious position, as he's trying to go and build as much MAA as possible. We can see the flag being already built, Janus under fire, but the T2 Pigeon power generators is gonna go up in flames as the Januses drop their payload. More and more T2 anti-air flag is being built, but Mr. Tryth is unfortunately still gonna go and lose a lot of his build power available, as we can see the T2 engineers going up in flames one after another. AI sending in the interceptors to go and try to help his air player. But this might not be enough, as the waffelzNoob is gonna be a menace. We can see Janus is just making sure that this plateau is gonna go up in flames. Tryth using all the build power available to go and master all the defenses he can. But the question is it gonna be enough? As you can see, more Januses dropping their payload on the T2 HQ, trying to go and kill not only it, but also the anti-air flag, which is gonna go up in flame, but worry not. There is more MAA being built. And there is nothing more, but only a single Janus being left. And as such, it seems like the damage have been done. And it's gonna be actually quite substantial, losing a single T2 Pigeon, the next one here, so this is gonna be a really big blow to the top team. Even more so, as the AI, together with the forces from Parallel, are forcing back the Wreck. He is using a few mantises to go and try to buy some time, but it seems like there is nothing that can actually go and prevent this big army from just going straight into this max expansion here. And even though Unknown have a few cruisers available and destroyers, it is gonna be a real hard time to go and protect it here. But on the other hand, the AI for the left side team, for the Team Clown Crushers, is gonna go in here, and it's gonna force Parallel to actually go and cancel all of its ACU's upgrades, which is very, very sad. Though thankfully, it seems like there is gonna be some Navy to help out here, as Mr. Cement is gonna keep on producing not only cruisers but also destroyers to help out his little friend on the bottom part. Because what can I say? The AI knows no fear. It is gonna go in and try to overcharge the shields, but unfortunately it seems like it have overstayed its welcome, as we can see the units from Parallel actually being just enough to force it back. And even if it's gonna go and try to hide in the water, there are destroyers waiting for it. Janus is dropping their payload, as even the water is gonna go and burn bright with this amount of napalm. Another ACU joining the fray with a double gun upgrade. It is gonna fire an overcharge, kill the Blaze belonging to Parallel, and as such right now it seems like the right side team, the Team 3 Musketeers and Cement, are gonna have a concrete hand in making sure that the enemy AI is gonna stay contained. Or who knows, with the power of the T2 Navy, they might actually even eliminate the AI altogether, leaving Tryth on basically small part of the map available to them. Because when the AI collapses here, I'm quite sure that without the ACUs, this Navy is gonna go in here and basically eradicate these bases here. And there we go! Another AI going up in the flames, throwing out GGs, and Anya have been eradicated by the navy belonging to Mr. Parallon. So there it is. It seems like the AI have managed to outlive one of the better FAF players, and there goes the another one, as this time Mr. waffelzNoob is gonna go and snipe the AI himself. Now let's see if Unknown is actually gonna move up his naval forces or not. Because the situation is actually becoming quite dire. Because when we look at the top side, we can see the wreck actually having a pretty good presence here in this navy. As we can see, Blinching being actually forced to keep on building the T2 shields and other stuff to protect his base from the incoming onslaught of fire. Though thankfully it seems like the AI on the top side is gonna be useful just enough to buy some respite for the Blinching, who can now try to mount up some kind of defenses in his own base. Or maybe even a counterattack, as we can see him trying to go and build up hover force. So well, building your hover unit is not always the best idea, especially when you're not gonna even get in range of the enemy destroyers. Frigates coming in here to go and work as the meat shields for the quite expensive Salem destroyers. And it seems that unless the micro is gonna be on point for the left side team, this might become quite hard. We have the first 50 air units on the field, and it's gonna be nothing else but a broadsword being produced by Mr. waffelzNoob. Tryth also finally recovering from the early damage after the Januses, managed to grab his first 50 air HQ, and as such we can now see the Coronas, the Aeon ASF being produced and finally flying out from the air factory. But now I have to go and question it. Was the Three Musketeers killing the enemy AI really such a good choice? Because now when you look at it, we're gonna see that Mr. Blinching and Parallon are actually gonna have quite some trouble. Because all these wall bases, these two cores, went into the hands of Mr. Unknown, who will now be able to basically counteract the enemy navy and everything. So let's see how will Cement actually go and, well, cement his victory over the AI, because even though they have killed it, it seems like it might have been nothing but a blunder. Especially as the enemy hover forces are gonna go and force back the navy. We can see the first Trident falling now to the enemy ensigns, and now the Salem is also gonna come under fire, taking a lot of damage, dropping down to 5,400 HP, 3,000 HP, and it seems like the damage is really gonna get high. It is trying to run away, but unfortunately, the Seraphim hovers tanks are not gonna let up. Thankfully, there are no flag in the unit mix, and as such the broadswords coming up from waffelzNoob are gonna be just enough to make sure that these little hover units are not gonna prove to be much of a challenge. And as such, Unknown is gonna get shot down by the enemy Salem destroyers. I can understand trying to stay underwater, but where there are submarines and destroyers, that's not really the best idea. And as such, it seems like it's gonna be 4 versus 7, versus 6. As not only the right side team have all of the players available, they also have the AI, which is really putting up quite a good fight up against the enemy navy. So yes, Mr. Devrek, you're gonna have to go and hurry up, otherwise you're gonna have some trouble coming your way. As we can see, the Yenzins, or should I say blazes from Parallon, actually beelining for one of the main bases belonging to the enemy team. As Clown Crusher's main base is actually under fire from the enemy units, A few T1 PDs have been set up. They're gonna go and finish off few of the enemy blazes. And actually, this should be just enough to go and force them back for a second or two. Gonna buy you some time, but what I would like to see is some kind of gunship being produced. Or never mind, because here comes the break. Still, this was quite a good push. We managed to go and finish off a few of the T2 maxes. Maybe even gonna finish a third one. But no, here comes the Spectres. So yeah, the damage was done, and that's gonna be it. Now it seems like the Wreck Navy is actually coming under a big naval fight, as all of the hover from Blinchik and also from Paraon is gonna basically force it to start running away. There is just not enough units here to go and fight off this big Locust army of hovering tanks. As such, we can see that the Salems and also the Siren are all falling away. Only the Tridents are gonna be left behind to go and buy us some time. So yes, the Wreck taking quite a big L here in the naval fight. And what's even worse, it seems like the AI bases, which Tryth inherited, are coming under the naval fire from the opponents. As the navy belonging to unknowns is laying quite a big siege to it. We can see them firing, lobbing shells all over the place, trying to go and get rid of the enemy shields. And I feel like it is time to go and grab a water bottle for me. So I'm gonna take a short break. Ah, much better. Much better. But yeah, let's take a look at actually the mass income, which is actually horrible. The Team 3 Musketeers and Cement and their AI players are actually rocking nearly 700 mass per second. Meanwhile, Team Clown Crushers is unfortunately quite behind on only 500 mass per tick. So what can I say? The situation is looking quite grim for them. Especially as Parallon and Unknown are laying siege to this bottom base. And it seems like soon enough there's gonna be nothing left from it. As both the Blazes, Sirens and Salems are gonna finish all of the remnants here. And without this mass, the situation is gonna become even worse. The Wreck still trying to go and leverage the usage of his navy here, but the big hover armies unfortunately proving to be quite a steep wall to go over. Oh, even more so, as we can see Blinchik opting in for some T2 artillery emplacements here, which are gonna make crushing this defense position even harder than it should be. So well, what can I say? It's do or die, Mr. Clowns. It's do or die. Once again, Blinchik gonna go in with his hover forces, gonna go and kill off the frigates. 1 second Strider going down, also gonna go and get rid of one of the Salems. That is, unless he can stay alive, 700 HP, 200 HP, 13 HP, and it's gonna go and fall down. Another one gonna go and bite the dust due to bad micro coming out from the Wreck. As it seems there is just way too much macro involved, and as such the micro is gonna go and suffer a lot. As such, the Team 3 Musketeers is gaining more and more advantage all over the place. The bottom AI bases, they're basically non-existent. Yep, it is non-existent. There is nothing left from it. Nothing but cinders and a bunch of scrapped metal. That is all that is left from this base here. So a really good job by the right side team to go and eliminate not only the AI, but also the AI inherited bases that belong to Mr. Tryth. It seems like Blinchik is finally gonna lose his position on the middle, as not only his whole hover army, but also the artillery emplacement and everything else around it is gonna go up in flames as the Salems are finally crushing it. I mean, what can I say? That's a lot of firepower in one place. Just look at all of this. Beautiful guns firing one shell after another. Even the siren in the background providing some much needed assistance. Turning fire onto the enemy AI units. But yes, it seems like the Vrek finally capitalized on his victory. Zlo saying to make some TMD, and yes, that is actually a good idea. But actually, let's see what the AI is cooking, because it's minute 21. Do we have some experimental unit? Maybe a fast nuclear launcher or something, or no? It seems like it's... Wait, did the AI just give units to Parallel and Blinchik so they can actually go and power their own economy? Oh, it might have actually done that, because both Blinchik and Parallel are actually using overflow from Cement and waffelzNoob to actually power their economy. So wow, it seems like AI is actually capable of playing the team game. But, well, playing the team game might not really help out when you have all of the Salem class destroyers basically knocking down on your doors. As we can see the summer placements being finished, the sniper bot gonna go and fall down in the background, and soon enough the enemy AI might be the next one to bite the dust. And yes, that is also a very good point about the AI having a lot of the mass available to itself, not the players. And that is actually true. When we look at the players themselves, it seems like the Tryth is actually ahead of waffelzNoob when it comes to the economy. The Vrek also putting up a quite respectable 300 mass per tick. But on the other hand, the other players like Blinchik and Parallel are still doing quite a good job there.
No, you may not have that experiment.
There we go, the D3 Pigeon is gonna go and fall down as Vrek is finally laying waste to the enemy base. But the... Oh my fucking god, I just missed the experimental here, and it seems like there is a man killer that was made by the Vrek and I just somehow totally missed it. It seems like the... Oh no, there is an airfight happening, but it seems like Tryth is actually gonna take a big L in here. The Tryth airplay rearing its ugly head yet again, losing all of the ASF. And as such, the Monkey Lord, after dealing some considerable damage to the base belonging to Blinchik, will be forced to go and fall back as the units known as broadswords are actually gonna go and kill, or maybe not kill, but basically force the spider bot to go and run away with the tail behind its leg. And now it seems like without the air support or anything, the whole navy belonging to the Vrek is basically just gonna go and fall down as the broadswords, and also the solace from the AI are gonna be just enough to go and force Mr. Tryth and Devrek to resign the game. GG, well played. The Team 3 Musketeers, Semet and AI take a big win in the first round.
Do not fret. Dying by my hand is the supreme honor.
And yeah, I'm really sorry for somehow missing the Monkey Lord for so long, but yeah. There's a lot of happening, and I didn't expect the player to actually be the first one to make the Monkey Lord. I was expecting the AI to be the first one to make the experimental, but hey, what can I say? There we go. So yes, let's go back to the lobby sim and see what are we gonna be playing up next.